Swastiastu. Hello everyone, and good morning, Mr. Wijaya. Today we are from Group 2, and we would like to delivering our presentation, and that is about analysis of the article. But before that, let me introduce our group members. Next slide, please. The first is me, A.A Ayu Mirandina, and my partners are Kadek Okta Widiadnyana and Luh Putu Diantari. So for the first section, it will be start from the first presenters, Luh Putu Diantari. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Agung Mirandina. And then the first material, we will discuss about introduction. Okay, in introduction, there are many elements. The first is background. Background of this article is the lack of motivation is one of the major problems faced by English teachers teaching non-specialist second language learners who take English as a compulsory course while majoring in other subjects such as engineering or medicine. One other major factor contributing to students' low motivation level is the tedious, repetitive, and grammar-oriented process. And then the second one is research gap. In this article are one of motivation teaching techniques used by English teachers to attract student attention and grow their motivation is to use video in teaching. Based the lack of knowledge about the use of learners' video that are more effectively used to teach students is the reason this research was made. Next slide, please. Okay, we continue the introduction. In the introduction, there are what the research question. And then the research question in this article is, the first one is what the learner's perception of video production on their English learning. And the second one question is what learner perception of the impact of video production on their motivation to learn English in future. And the third one is what the perception of the implementation of video production itself. And then the next element is significance of the study. Is the English course described here is the first of two English courses available for Hinduism of education students. Being a general English course, this course aims to cover 6 years of student previous English lessons, junior and senior high school, and preparing for it for their second English course. English for Hindu teachers. This course was before delivered through an handbook-based approach that focuses heavily on reading comprehension and grammar rules. Researchers choose to use video production as an alternative technique of delivering courses by combining speaking, writing, listening, reading activities into preparatory stage of video production and requires students to submit video as their final project of the usual written final exam. please. Okay, the next material is methodology. In methodology, there are type of the research approach, and then the type of research approach is mixed research type used in this paper, namely interview and questionnaire. And then the participant of this study are the present study was conducted in a state university in Bali province, Indonesia. The data were collected from an intake class of 35 non-specialist English students from Hinduism Education Department, consisting of 25 female students and 10 male students. Next, please. Okay, continue. The method of collecting the data in this study are the questionnaire used was a 5-point liked scale questionnaire with a response ranging from 1 or strongly disagree to 5 are strongly agree, and consists of 15 items based on 3 dimensions. The dimensions are the first student perception of the impact of video production on learning English. And the second one is the student perception of the impact of video production on students' motivation to learn English in the future. One is the student perception of the implementation of video production itself. The part of questionnaires to identify student perception of the production and average score to each item on each dimension shows the student response to the item. The higher the average score ranging from 0.00 to 5.00, and the more positive at the response, sharing of interview session are conducted with participant a group setting based on the group to which they belong when producing videos. Interview were to dig future quantitative data obtained from the questionnaire, and the participants were asked questions similar to the questionnaires but structured in a more open way to elicit more in-depth researches. And then the next material will be continued with my friends. Okta, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time. Now I will to continue to explain about the element from methodology. The instrument for this study are the questionnaire and semi-structured interviews with the students. The questionnaire used was a 5-point like scale questionnaire, and then for the semi-structured interviews, a series of interview sessions were conducted with the participants in group setting based on the groups they were in when producing the videos. Next, the analysis method in this research is method because judging from the way this method is delivered, there are calculations such as quantitative research technique quiz, and there is also a detailed explanation that can be called qualitative research. Next, result and discussion. There are 3 data. Okay, the first Descriptive statistic of learners' perception of the impact of video productions on their English learning. Item: VP helped me to understand English grammatical rules. Normal 35, minimal 2, maximum 5, mean 3.71, and standard deviations 0.926. Next, 50 helps me to write better. Normal 35, minimum 3, maximum 5, mean 4.07, and standard deviations 0.725. Next, VP helps me to understand English reading passage better. Normal 35, minimum 2, maximum 5, mean 4.37, and standard deviations 0.690. Next, VP helps me to speak English better. Normal 35, minimum 2, maximum 5, mean 4.34, and standard deviations 0.684. And the last, VP helps me to understand spoken English better. Normal 35, minimum 2, maximum 5, mean 3.89, and standard deviations 0.867. During the interview, the students confessed that their reading comprehensions ability was the most affected aspect of English learning by video production. The survey data showed that students' understanding of grammatical rules was the least affected by video productions. During the interview, the students admitted that they ignored grammatical rules. Their attention was more on meanings, price, and pronunciation. Since there was no specific instructions for the students to pay attention to grammatical rules, they simply focus on collecting information for their topic. Even during the script's writing phase, and the teacher was the one who guides the student to use proper grammar. Next, descriptive statistic of learners' perception of the impact of video productions in their motivation to learn English in the future. Item: 50 improves my confidence in using my English. Normal 35, minimum 3, maximum 5, mean 4.09, and standard deviations 562. Next, with more time, I can produce better videos. Normal 35, minimum 2, maximum 5, mean 4.06, and standard deviations 0.838. VP makes me want to learn English more in the future. Normal 35, minimal 4, maximum 5, mean 4.23, and standard deviations 426. Next, English is not as difficult as I do. Normal 35, minimum 2, maximum 5, mean 4.29, and standard deviations 789. Next, the last, I believe that I can master English. Normal 35, minimum 2, maximum 5, mean 4.17, and standard deviations 891. The students' interview indicates that the students consider video productions as beneficial in building their motivation and confidence in their English ability. Before introduced to video, students have few opportunities to speak. With video productions, students were announced to create their dialogue with minimal interference from the teacher, something much appreciated by the students since it gave them freedom and the right to earn the result. When asked about the possibility of producing better videos, the students indicate that they would have been able to do just so if they were given more time to prepare. Okay, the last data, descriptive statistic of learners' perception of the implementations of video productions. Item, initially, I was doubtful that I can finish the video. Normal 35, minimum 3, maximum 5, mean 4.29, and standard deviations 0.622. Next, 50 does not require advanced skill. Normal 35, minimum 4, maximum 5, mean 4.60, and standard deviations 0.497. 50 does not require expensive equipment. Normal 35, minimum 3, maximum 5, mean 4.23, and standard deviations 0.598. 50 does not require a big budget. Normal 35, minimum 3, maximum 5, mean 4.06, and standard deviations 0.338. And the last, I'm satisfied with the learning process. Normal 35, minimum 2, maximum 5, mean 4.26, and standard deviations 701. Several students stated that they had started the course with trepidation due to their previous experience in learning English. Since English is a compulsory subject matter from the 7th grade, the student had 6 years of English learning before taking the course. Video productions does not require a big budget as long as both the teacher and the students are willing to work creatively and do not get too ambitious with the project. Students stated that they have no complaints regarding the amount of money they have to spend producing the videos. Students' responses to the survey and interview indicate that they have a positive perception of the use of video productions in learning English. Okay, the next material, it will continue by my friends Agung, Mirandina. Time is yours.
Thank you, Okta. And so I will continue what Okta explained before, and this is about what were the answers to the result questions. The first research problem investigated in the present study was students' perception of video production impact on their English learning. They believe that video production improved their reading, speaking, writing, listening skill, and grammar comprehension. The second research question investigate was students' perception of the impact of video production on their motivation to learn English in the future. Video production improves students' motivation to learn English in the future by providing a fun and enjoyable learning experience, challenging process, and rewarding results. And the last is research question investigate the students' perception of the implementation of video production. Learners also consider video production to be a technically viable and financially affordable learning experience. Next slide, please. This study shows the certification of students learning English through making videos which are considered very innovative. Video production can improve students' vocabulary, speaking, translating, writing, and listening skills, but it doesn't improve their reading ability. This is, of course, in stark contrast to the three things that must be mastered in learning a foreign language, namely reading, speaking, and listening. This is one of the weaknesses of the process of learning English through video production. Reading is one of the important aspects that should not be cited, but during the preparation period, students are asked to read many other articles that can be used as reference to consider their chosen them. The students read a lot of articles as well as watch videos on their topic. Through this, the backward reading ability can be taught by extensive reading, which can increase their vocabulary. Next slide, please. And the conclusion from the article, that is the first, the conclusion of this study. The conclusion from this research finding is that a student has a positive perception of the impact of video production on their English skills. The second, the suggestion from the others or researchers. The author also emphasized that teachers must also be involved in providing supervision to students by always paying attention to the students' process in producing video, so that the basic rules regarding the technical aspects of video production can be enforced. It is important that students not only pay attention to get beautiful video results, but also gain progress in learning English. The research also states that future studies should be carried out at every level of education, even including video production as a learning curriculum. In addition, studying teacher and student perception of video production will be interesting to find out the alignment between perception and reasons. And the last, are there any important limitations? There is no important limitation because in this article, a comparison has been made with previous research. This article has already informed or answered the weakness of previous research and provide an update on these results. Okay guys, that's all from our presentation. We hope that what we state, what we talk with you, that will be you could understand about it. Thank you for your kind attention. We close with Parama Santi. Santi, Santi, Santi. Goodbye. See you.